What's up, folks? It's your boy MMG Smurf here, coming to you live and pre-recorded. Today we're going to be talking about the Animal Farm, the Piggy Bank, the Grinch Bucks dapp, which is a clone of the Baked Beans ROI dapp. All these might sound like weird names to you if it's your first time jumping into DeFi and you somehow found this video. But yeah, those are all money-making machines in DeFi and cryptocurrency. We're going to be talking about them all and how Money Match Gaming is doing with our allocations in these platforms, as well as our strategies for moving forward with these platforms. So without any further ado, let me hop on over to my Lappy Tappy and we'll start covering this good stuff. All right, here we are on my Lappy Tappy, and the first thing up right here is this is the Animal Farm. This specific section that I'm in is called the Drip Garden. We're actually not in the Drip Garden yet, but I think we might get in here fairly soon using our gains from the Grinch Bucks dapp, which was, oops, hold on, I have it over here. There it is, Grinch Bucks dapp. So we're gonna use our gains from Grinch Bucks and let me do this one thing real quick so I can actually do it all live on stream today. All right, cool. So you can see we earned $20 today from Grinch Bucks, and that's because no extra referrals other than myself when I compound. And so if I were to compound again, I think it would actually push up to the $30 mark or whatever. And so I'm going to start off the day by doing that. You can see my other account here, and I got $65 earned. So I'm going to compound this. Takes a second. And we're going to get into the whole nitty-gritty of these. For anybody who's first time coming through and seeing this stuff, what it do, how you do that. This did take an initial investment, and you do not get that. You cannot pull that initial investment back out of platforms like Grinch Bucks here. However, you will earn, as it says at the top here, 8% per day on that initial investment, on that principal amount. And so what they suggest that you do, and if you were to read the FAQ paper, which is at the bottom of this website here, right here, if you were to read that, which is like its white paper, if you were to read that, they would suggest that you do 6 days of compounding, pushing the compound button, and 1 day of claiming every week. 6 days compounding, 1 day of claiming. That helps keep the platform sustainable, and it also helps you earn the most from the platform. If you were to push the claim button every single day, each day that you push the claim button consecutively, you're going to earn less and less. Now, that number will go back up as you start to compound more, but every day that you do it consecutively, you'll earn a little less, and then you'll earn a little less, and then you'll earn a little less, all the way until you go down to like 0.5% per day, something like that, 0.5 or 0.05, I forget, but read the white paper and you can know for sure. But that's how it works. So, and that's meant to disincentivize whales from just draining the contract and make it so that they can't, since they earn so much little and everybody else would be earning 8% still. So there's that. And again, I compounded this because I use Money Match Gaming as a referral link for this other account here. And so I'm going to go over to the Money Match Gaming one. You can see it went up from $20 to $28. And so now we're going to use this $28 we have here to compound. So it's another one we're earning with. And our initial start over here was $100. So we only started this account with $100. And we're earning $28 a day, $30 a day. So within the first month, even if we were claiming just on that 7th day, so 6 days compounding, 1 day of claiming, we would still be in profit. We'd be in profit by about 20%. And so that's what we're going to do here. With this account, we're going to use that 1-to-6 ratio. And with the other account, the larger account actually, because I think it'll help benefit this smaller one too if I do it that way. But the smaller account, we're going to compound 6-to-1, and the larger account, we're going to compound, as my video that I posted a few days ago says, for 1 month and 7 days. And at that 1 month and 7 day mark, we should be making $1,000 per day that we push the claim button. And so it was over 1,000. It was like $1,100 or so. And so even if we took like a little 10% hit or something like that, it should still be about $1,000 a day. I mean, if it's hit $900, $800 a day, I'd still be happy with that. So I'm like, you let it go down a little bit, and good either way. All right. And so this type of application is a clone of the, do I have it up? Baked Beans. I don't think it's .io. Maybe it's .io. It is .io. Okay, bakedbeans.io, which is the original smart contract for this type of ROI dapp. Now again, these are high risk and high reward, which it doesn't say on this page for whatever reason. They didn't put that in there, but it does say so over here, being a little bit more, upfront with people. And so only go into these type of apps if you know what you're getting into. This is not liquidity farming at its finest, I would say, stuff like that. If you want something like that, check out Drip, the reservoir for liquidity farming at its finest. Check out Pancake Swap. Yes, I'm still saying Pancake Swap. Check out Buy Swap. Check out the Animal Farm, which is what I'm about to talk about next. But those are more liquidity farming platforms. So back to the nitty gritty of this. We're going to be earning BNB every day now and claiming at least one day out of the week. What do we do with that $30 that we get one day out of the week? 30 or more dollars. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to put it over here in the Animal Farm. One place that I might put that is in the Drip Garden. Now this is very similar to the Grinch Bucks, except it's using the Drip token, which we like the Drip token here at Money Match Gaming. It's which powers our esports treasury. We chose to do so with it. And the reasons for that is because it has a section called the faucet for the Drip token, where you can earn 1% daily return on investment in Drip tokens. And the write-up for that is right here on this page. The Drip Network's faucet is a low-risk, high-reward contract that operates similarly to a high-yield certificate of deposit by paying out 1% daily return on investment up to 365%. Players can compound and extend their earnings through deposits, hydrating, which is compounding in this, gave it like a little cool name, rewards, as well as through team-based referrals. So you can earn more through team-based referrals. To do that, as you can see, we have 0 earnings from team-based referrals, even though we have 10 people on our team total, and 9 directly, but to do that, you need another token called B-Reap, which we have not purchased yet. And so we've got 0 rewards over here, but I've helped most of these people, all but like one of these people, I've actually given them cryptocurrency tokens to get them into Drip. And so, yes, it's like, oh, you got referral links, the referrals are helping you. Well, no, actually we've earned nothing from our referrals, and I've given away thousands of dollars to get these people on our team. And so, ha! Just for the haters out there that have anything to say about this type of stuff. As you can see here, we're earning $40 today, and it's going to be 1% of whatever's over here, so about $43. So it's less than 24 hours since we've been back into this thing. I'm going to hydrate. We claim on Mondays and Fridays here. If we're claiming twice that week, some weeks we just don't claim twice, and that's just our personal thing. Once we start our DAO, which I was planning on running Drip as is for a few months, like 6 months or something like that, before we get the Founders DAO NFTs out and stuff like that. But once we start that, we'll start to really stick to that 2 days a week claiming, at least 1 day a week claiming, so that we can keep the perks and rewards and the tournament, the events and stuff like that up for the DAO, because that's what a lot of this is going toward building for. So you can see we put that 40 back over here, and so now we got 120 Drip deposited. Now very similar to Grinch Bucks, whatever is deposited right here, this 120 Drip tokens is what this stands for, and that is equal to $4,382. I cannot just withdraw that right now. It will give me 1% of that every day, up to 365% return on that. So it's telling you the max payout down here, which is 441 Drip, which is what I can get right now. So at today's price, 441, and the price might be slightly different on the front page, but times 36 would be $15,000. That is pretty good for 1 year of investing with this thing. And why do I feel that way? I definitely feel that way because Money Match Gaming started this with $500. We only invested $500, well, $600 total, because both of these were donations to us. Initially it's $500, then we got one more $100 donation. We put that in here too, and that's all that we've started this thing with. And it is now $4,000, promising out $15,000 worth, and we can keep pushing that out as long as we keep compounding more. Why would we want to keep compounding more? Well, you're not actually earning that $15,000 of your compounding. Yeah, sure, but you're extending it. So if we keep compounding and eventually there's $15,000 in this section right here, that means we're earning 1% of $15,000 a day, and it's still 365 days out from that $15,000 being totally claimed. So what is that? That's like $150 a day that we'd be earning instead of just earning $40 a day right now. And so it just keeps building up, and you can only do that with either making more deposits or compounding, which is pretty much like you taking your earnings and you're reinvesting them. That's what compounding is: earning from your earnings, generating earnings from your previous earnings. So that's why we're doing this, and we've been doing that since our foray into cryptocurrency on the Steam blockchain, which is now the Hive blockchain, then on dlive.tv with the BitTorrent token, and now we're over here on Binance Smart Chain doing it in farms and in the drip faucet on the drip.community website. If you're interested in this, use our referral links in our bio in the YouTube video, and you can support Money Match Gaming's esports initiatives, as well as just get into this yourselves. And maybe eventually we'll buy some B-Reap so that we can get some referral rewards from it. We plan to, but you have to use somebody's referral link anyways to get on this platform. So might as well support esports if you're watching this video and you have any interest in esports, or maybe you just found it, whatever. But that's that. Same thing for the Grinch Bucks one. If you want to use that, our link is in the description. It helps us out. Both of these do nothing negative towards your account, so do what you want to do. All right, so let's say we got some. I'm probably not going to be using the drip rewards to just sell off. There's other things that I want to do with the drip, and I'll show you real quick actually. So when we get drip, that drip token, instead of just selling it and that being it, you can actually pair it up as liquidity. So we could sell half of it into BUSD, which is basically United States dollars, and keep the other half of it in drip. And then we can use that to, let me make sure I'm actually recording. Cool. And we can use that to pair up in here in the animal farm. You see, we've already had $600, which we've paired up over here. And so we can use that drip, put it over here. And so that way we're not just selling it entirely or whatever. This is like our initial deposit. So if those people came back to us like, yeah, it was a donation, but we want it back. Here you go. Though sadly, we wouldn't be earning daily with it anymore. But so it wouldn't be happening. Anyway, like, whatever. But I would put that over here. So that 2 drip, I would split it in half. 1 drip would go into BUSD. 1 drip will go into stay as drip. Pair them together as liquidity, and then put it in here. And then I'll be earning Pigs token. It says Pigs earned. So I'll be earning Pigs tokens every day over here on the animal farm. And then with that Pigs tokens, there's 2 strategies that I do with it. One, I'm taking some of that Pigs token and I'm putting it over here in what's called the pig pen. And so the pig pen is where you put your tokens to. The Pigs token is the governance tokens of this farm. And so you take the pigs, and I would hold them so that I keep some governance rights in the farm itself. And then also by putting them in the pig pen, you earn BUSD. It says BUSD earned. So I'll earn BUSD, again, similar to United States dollars, for staking pig here. And the longer that you have your pigs staked in the pig pen, the more money you start to accumulate due to like a time multiplier. And so there's a time lock multiplier on it, not just because, it's been there longer, so obviously you earn. No, there's a time lock multiplier. So if you've had yours in there longer than other people, you're starting to earn more. Of course, the more money the more pigs tokens that you have in there, you're also earning more. But then also the longer that those pigs have just been in there, you start to earn more. So you could have 10 in there, and somebody else could have 10 in there. But if your 10 have been in there for longer, you're earning more than that other person. Make sense? Cool. All right. The other thing that I would do with these pigs tokens that I earn from my drip is take them over to the piggy bank, another section of this thing. And so the piggy bank and the pig pen has no specific percentage per day or anything like that associated with it. You can't do the math on that. However, the piggy bank does. The piggy bank offers you 3% return on investment for staking your pigs here. And there's a time lock multiplier with this. So if you stake for a longer period of time, you'll get more from it. And then you're earning 3% a day. So it's 3% and then plus the time lock multiplier. So you'd have to do there's a tons of paperwork and stuff like that around here that helps you, all this stuff that'll help you do the specific math on that if you really want to get the math, the nitty gritty of it. But I like the idea, it's simple enough for me, like, lock it for longer, get that. I'm going to do the 3% per day math, and then the time multiplier, I'll start to factor that in over time. But 3% per day on $100 really starts to stack up. So let's just pull out it's the calculator site. Let's just say it's $100 we have, right, in pigs token, because eventually we will farm out $100. And then I want to use the interest calculator, compound interest calculator. Okay, so let's say our initial balance is $100, which we basically have in there. We have $84 in there right now. Let's just go with that, actually. It's $84 in there. Interest, 3%. Daily. How long? How long did it say we had that locked up? 350 days. Month. What did that be breaking down in the months? Let's just say it's 1 year, because it's pretty much 1 year. Calculate that. What is that 100 or 84? Woof. Yep, $84. 3% a day for 1 year equals $200,000. That's the beauty of this type of platform. And so from an $84, yeah, it says from an $84 initial balance over 1 year, 3% per day, you're looking at $200,000. Now tell me that's not going to host or support a lot of esports events. Even if we do not hit that mark, $200,000. Let's say we cut that in half. It only lasts for half the year. And you have to do like a quick withdrawal or something like that. Divided by 2. It's $100,000. What amount of division do you need to do to not be happy here? Is kind of the point, 200,000, divided by 4. Like what amount of division do you have to do? And of course, this is compound interest, so it's not going to be that high after the first 3 months. But let's look at this. Month 1, 2, 3. After month 3, it's only $200. Month 4, $500. Total interest $1,000. Month 5, $1,000, $2,000. Month 6, $1,000. There it goes, and it's just going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. So that's just the beauty of this type of thing. So again, our strategies are going to be taking it and putting it in the pig pen, and taking our pigs, and this is what we got from our drip. So we're taking our drip, splitting it up, keeping that drip as drip and BUSD in case we ever want to reinvest it in the faucet. But then we also got some stuff it's earning whenever we pull it out, but we're putting it to work. So we're earning pigs. We're putting the pigs in the pig pen, so we're getting BUSD daily, and then we're taking the other portion of it, we're putting it over here in the piggy bank, and we can split these up so we don't have to do $100 total deposit. We can let this $84 ride as that, and then whatever we get each other day, we can do what's called ladder stakes. And so if every 6 days from the Grinch Bucks, we're gonna get some BNB, right? And so if we wanted to turn that into pigs, or we could do daily from whatever the heck, but we could take that and then what the ladder stake is, like if you want to do weekly ladder stakes, right? It'd be like, okay, so every Friday I'm making a stake. And then that makes it so that, let's say you made every one of those stakes for, it could be a month or it could be a year. But, at the end of 1 month, if you did weekly ladder stakes, then every week for the next month, on month 2, every weekend, you'd be pulling out your rewards every weekend. So it's like you're setting up your own payday. And so the same thing for if you were to do 1 year stakes, and let's see what we be successful with, like a 1 year stake. And obviously, you don't want to go too low because there's a benefit in compounding your rewards. You want to compound, right? But let's say it was just $10 balance over 1 year, $23,000 if you were able to compound it every day. And so that's going to be difficult. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, just because you're not really earning that much until halfway through the year. And if you're compounding every single day, let me pull the calculator back out. That's about 20 cents per compound, right? 0.20 times 30 means you need $6 every month to be able to compound. And so 6 times before it starts to be worth it, in my opinion, somewhere around here, 5. That's $30. You can do that. I mean, oops, 6 times 30. No, that's $150. And somehow I got 5 instead of 6 in there, but so it'd be a little bit higher, probably like 180. But this is it's a little bit more money than you started with to be able to do that for all the gas fees. So you'd want to factor in some way of being able to pay for those gas fees. But the payout at the end of that time period, which is, again, this is set for a year, would be pretty substantial. So eventually you'd have enough in gas fees, probably somewhere around that 5 or 6 month range. You probably figure something out and have enough for gas fees. But these are the type of strategies that we're building here at Money Match Gaming, how we're allocating our funds, what we're thinking of, because even if some of these things fall short, you end up with quite a bit more than you initially started with. And again, all this stuff is risky to some degree. Some of it more higher risk than others. It all depends on your risk tolerance. I constantly have to say I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Got to do your own research. But these are the practices that we've been using to build up so that we can provide things like our daily giveaways, like putting our entire team into drip when it costs, $30 per drip token. I don't know what the actual cost of drip is right now. $36 per drip token, and it was like $100 when I was putting everybody on the team. But that's like 100 times, just times 10 alone. That's at least $1,000 right there. And everybody on our team has more than one drip token, and so that's money. Where do you get that from? From actually being engaged. And if you don't, this is one thing that I'll say, and what got me started in it is somebody who's cryptocurrency, specifically like Ethereum and all these tokens that came after Ethereum that are proof of stake cryptocurrencies. A lot of them are made because they're copies of Ethereum. They're made with the intention of running DeFi and running these type of applications on them. So if you're just sitting on those tokens and not actually utilizing them for DeFi and getting these type of gains, then you're doing them a disjustice in some capacity. You're not actually utilizing them to their full potential, which to me set a trigger off in my brain and went, wow, you should go out there and learn how to actually utilize these tokens. And so, that's why we kind of cover this stuff so that people can actually figure it out. In the upcoming weeks, I'm going to be running through how to actually make that liquidity pair that I was talking about for the farm section over here with the drip and BUSD. But to wrap up this video, if I were to get straight up BNB from my Grinch Bucks contract right here, so it's going to pay me out in BNB. If I were using Grinch Bucks, and this is pretty simple, you just put BNB in, it pays you BNB out. So if I were going to get that BNB from there, I could just go over to what's called the Drip Liberation Smart Contract on the Animal Farm. And if I click this, one of these things says BNB. And so I could just put BNB in here, and I would supply that BNB, and it would give me back, drip. It would give me back drip and BUSD as liquidity pair. And it does the putting it together for you. If I was to do it any other way, I would have to go to the liquidity section of something like Pancake. It's got to be PancakeSwap, actually. I'd have to go in here in PancakeSwap. I'd have to go to the liquidity section. I'd have to find the drip token, which is right there. And then I'd have to find my other token, which is BUSD. I would have to have them split, so I would already have to sell one of these drip tokens and have it down here. And I'd have to make sure it's equal, which you can do by pushing the max button on whichever one's the lowest amount. And that'll pair them up, and then I take them over to the platform and actually stake them. But easier route is if you just have BNB from something like Grinch Bucks, just put it right here, push supply, it makes a liquidity pair for you. Then you just have to go over to the farm section and stake it. And this whole farm has currently been on pause for the last month or so while they figured out some things with the piggy bank. They wanted it to be perfect. It was supposed to launch this morning, but it got delayed due to there being an issue with the dogs token and how it's displaying things. And so they're fixing up that display issue for when they unpause, and it should be starting within the next 48 hours, I believe Forex Shark said. So yeah, that's being worked on, and hopefully it'll be out within the next 48 hours. But that's today's video. I am going to get back into playing some Overwatch and stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe if you found this entertaining or informational, and let me know what you think about these platforms in the comment section. See you guys in the next one.